morning or good afternoon, and thank you so much to Joy Ventures for inviting me out here to participate at this conference. And I'd also like to thank the conference organizers for all their support. One thing I just want to say, I've been asked quite a bit why I came from Los Angeles to Israel to be here, and I've always heard that the neurotech community in Israel was very advanced, so this was my opportunity to come meet you all, and I look forward to getting to know you better. So TRIPP started really from a personal journey. I worked with Brendan Iribi, the co-founding CEO of Oculus, and as a result, I ended up being an early investor in Oculus before it was funded. And in this picture, this is my late husband, Vic Anderson. He was trying a very early build of the Oculus, and about 2 months later, he passed away from liver cancer. And it was very aggressive, and I found during that experience that my meditation practice really supported me through that journey. And as I started to think about how to rebuild my life, I thought, well, it's time for me to be CEO of my own company. And I asked myself, what does that company look like? And I came up with this idea of working in virtual reality and taking what I love about video games, I've worked in that industry a long time, and my meditation practice, and how do we bring that together in a way that could help people. And so I reached out to my co-founding partner, Zach Norman. This is our 4th company working together. We've launched a lot of successful startups on very new platforms and have turned them into scalable businesses together and apart. And so I'm going to let Zach tell you a little bit about what TRIPP is.
TRIPP is a mood-on-demand platform that's powered by VR. It's great at giving people who are stressed out and otherwise not calm a moment of respite from their busy day. Put it on their head, use it for 8 to 10 minutes, and come out feeling calm and refreshed and ready to attack the next challenge that they see in the day. It's designed to elicit a response similar to that someone gets while meditating, but it does it in a fully turnkey way where a user simply needs to put on the headset and start the software, and they're guided to a state that focuses their mind. And it does it by using the flow state generated by gameplay, certain audio stimulation like binaural audio, and by encouraging correct breathing.
Okay, and I welcome you. We have brought 6 devices with us, and we'd be happy to share the experience. If you haven't tried it already, we're right outside the door. But my favorite thing is to see the reaction of people after they do it. We recently were picked at CES as one of the Washington Post top picks, and we won a Lumiere Award from the AIS, which is kind of like the Oscars for nerds, and we found ourselves on stage with Tom Cruise, which was kind of an odd moment, but very delightful. One of the best reactions, though, is I had the pleasure of showing Ramez Nam, who wrote the Nexus trilogies, and he's also founder of Singularity University. He loved TRIPP, and he really felt that it was a next-level experience because the immersion of VR really has this multiplicative effect on all these things we bring together. As Zach mentioned, visual sound triggers, interaction mechanics through gameplay, and then we bring in some mindfulness structures like breath visualization. And I'll talk a little bit about our path to our validation process. One of the inherent properties of our platform, and this is what we've been working on for the past 18 months since we were funded by the Mayfield team, and Tim Chang is a lead investor in this space, is I made the demand of our engineering team that the experience change every time you do it. And so we have intraday variability. The sessions are generated through an engine that generates the experiences procedurally. And then every night we drop a new asset bundle into the experience So you'll see these are daily variations of what we call our focus trip, which is designed to help you bring your attention to the present moment. And because the experience is generated procedurally, we can start to combine AI, machine learning layer that our team is building right now. We're starting to understand through that ML layer that we have that based on the ratings that people give us in their starting and ending moods, we can understand which objects in any given session are performing better as it relates to how the people are perceiving it helps them. And then you'll see from that we calculate a score on the back end for all those experiences, and that score gets tied also to the individual's data set. Our mobile app allows us to start to integrate wearable HRV or heart rate data through wearable syncing, but it also gives us the ability to ping you a couple times throughout the day when you're not using our product to gather mood data through that. So we pulse check you on mood twice a day outside of our experience. And then the nice thing about the mobile application is the notification layer can also drive adherence for any of our clinical and study participants that we're engaging in. And so that feedback loop will evolve over time. Our goal right now is to get 20,000 people using it on a regular basis so we can train the AI. So ultimately it will generate the experience custom to you. And the idea is more than just mindfulness for VR. We really want to give you the ability to self-regulate your own state of mind and emotional well-being. Our next trip after focus in about 60 days, we're releasing Calm, which takes the breathing and levitation in the current experience and makes an ascension, transcendent type of experience for deep relaxation. And then one of the very top requests we get when we ask our community of users what they'd like us to work on next, more than happiness, more than joy, and those are fine initiatives, but people are asking for confidence, and we found that very interesting. So we're working on a 5-minute standing experience that helps you feel a little more grounded. Maybe you do it before a presentation you're nervous about or a promotion you might want to ask for. And again, it goes back to this idea of having agency over how you feel. Our current go-to-market is we are shipping as of last December into corporations as an employee wellness offering. We're live in United States, Fortune 1000 companies. We're live in Mexico City with a very big company, and also we're starting to deploy in Europe. We just launched in Bulgaria with a company, and we're turning on 3 more as we speak. We have these points of presence. They can go into quiet rooms, as our friend from Amdocs was mentioning. They can take these units, put them on, and in 8 to 10 minutes, just chill out and press reset. And we are working on a study right now to measure the productivity impact of integrating these more mindful breaks into the work environment. But our goal ultimately is to get into the therapeutic market. We do have a consumer launch that we're going to test at the end of the summer. But we have been working with the mental health industry. We've been live since last August in an opioid addiction recovery clinic in Los Angeles, and we've been extending the data collection to stress and craving levels as well in concert with the University of Colorado's National Mental Health Innovation Center. They designed that interface that we collect from the clients at this in early recovery once a week. And we just shipped a unit to a clinic, psychiatric clinic in Copenhagen that I met at Nicole Bradford's conference, the TransTech conference. He tried TRIPP and wanted to bring it into his clinic to work with schizophrenics and see if he can reduce anxiety with that population. So we're excited to work with the mental health and scientific community to start collecting data. And I think when you look at, Skip Rizzo posted this on a Facebook group I'm on, there's a lot of research available that we've leveraged in our design choices that shows that the efficacy in the mental health arena of virtual reality is real, and we're continuing to evolve that data set as a community. These are some of the studies that we're participating in now and working with, in collaboration with other entities in these areas. But my favorite user, and I'll end with this, is our one user, Ron. He's an 80-year-old man in Honolulu. He's got stage 4 liver cancer, the same disease my husband passed away from. And he uses TRIPP 2 to 3 times a day on a daily basis since November. And he uses it because he feels that it helps distract him from his cancer pain. And I told my team, if that's all we do as a company is have that experience for that one person, we've done something good with our technology. So thank you for taking the time, and I hope I can share the experience with you.